YouTube! Sorry, I went to the wrong scene. What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and yes, I will be in Total War Rome 2, but I wanted to start off on this screen. Blademaster sent me an email with a replay, but it's more than just a replay. You remember like a video or two ago when Blademaster was raffle stomping with the elephants? I said how cool it would be if someone put together like a multiplayer balance mod. And Blademaster got together with this guy, it looks like Aronco, sorry if I say it wrong, it's A-R-O-N-C-O, and they have created this mod called Blade Balance, a Rome 2 rebalance mod. I will have a link in the description. Please go check it out. It's looking pretty cool from the outset. So this is a multiplayer mod, which you don't see a lot of, and I like the idea, I like where it's going. And let me read through some of the changes. You can see them here. All melee infantry, except Hellenic, Iberian, Eastern variety, have only one precursor javelin. Or hang on, let's see. All melee infantry, except Hellenic, Iberian, Eastern variety, have only one precursor javelin ammo. That's interesting. Now, it moves on to, I wonder if that applies to Romans. We'll have to see that, because it seems like Romans should probably have two. It seems semi-historical, but I don't know. Maybe they're just doing this for balancing, and historical doesn't matter. So Barbarian and Iberian spear units have scalable, meaning if they're from the 200 to 500 talent cost, only one. 500 to 800, they have two precursor volleys, and 800 plus has three, so now it makes the expensive spears provide more. Sword cavalry, so Campanians and Aspis companions, and Iberian cavalry all have a 13 bonus versus infantry, which is really cool. That adds a little bit of flavor back to those units. Elite damage, javelin cavalry, so like Cantabrians, Numidian nobles, have a 10 ammo now, up from 7, which is awesome too, because it makes them a lot more dangerous. Dacian units finally have precursors, another cool change. All elite shot cavalry units, those that cost more than 1,000, now have trample, another interesting change. So cataphracts already had it, so that's going to bring in Pergamene noble cavalry. It's going to be Hippeus lancers, all those type of units. Carthaginian noble cav, should be any of those. So some other small changes. Noble fighters and mercenary noble fighters, Lusitani nobles, all have shield wall. That's going to be big. It's going to really help them against the Boii and the Arverni. Ozet knights, only 1,080 in cost now, so to 13 something, so potentially making them useful. Agema spears have gained some weight and are now very heavy. Now that's interesting because they have a good charge bonus. It will make them a little slower, but it makes them a little more damaging in an infantry fight, so very interesting there. Royal Peltists are also now very heavy, meaning that they won't get pooped on so bad in an infantry charge. And Britain slingers now have access to quick reload. That's just what they have so far. Supposedly it's still in the works. Again, the link will be in the description. Go check it out. This is looking cool. If you all like this and you want me to, I will see if I can host a live stream and we can all play some battles in it and take a look at it. Let's tab back over into Rome 2. There we go. And let's get back into the action. So Blademaster sends me a replay where he's going to play against another wolf, G Brothers here. I like that, G Brothers. So it's Syracuse versus Boii. This would be a good feel here because Syracuse is normally very outmatched by Boii. I could still see them struggling, but they have a few more tools at their disposal, like the Campanian Cav. This should be interesting. Let's see how this plays out. Blademaster indeed brings the Campanian Cav. And it looks like the Boii bringing a relatively straightforward Boii build here, pretty rushy, plenty of spears, plenty of mid-tier sword followers, which are fantastic infantry. Really, probably the best mid-tier infantry outside of the Romans with these guys here. Very good for their price, maybe even better technically for their price than the Roman infantry. So you got a Levy Freeman behind them. Let's see what else. So he brings a veteran spear to get those extra javelin volleys. Interesting. So a Celtic warrior. So one Celtic warrior on each, yeah, there's a Celtic warrior. No, there's not. Just a Celtic warrior on the other flank. This one's veteran spear, and Levy Freeman backed up by 2 heavy horse, Oathsworn in the center, veteran spear, Celtic warrior, and then 2 heavy horse there. Let's take a look at, yeah, Blade's full army. So he's got the Samnite warriors here in this, well, he's got them intermixed with Thorax Hoplites, which is a nice choice. These are tanky units. They're not going to do great on the charge versus the barbarians, but they'll be tanky. Hippeus lancers will now have trample. And then these sword-wielding cavalry here are going to be dealing quite a bit of damage to sword infantry at this point, but they won't do so well in a cavalry fight. And then there's 2 mercenary Italian cav, which are a nice mercenary unit for Syracuse. They're only medium, but a decent cavalry unit again for the price. So let's see, here comes some Hippeus lancers and Campanians ready to stop the charge of the Boii, but you have to be careful. There's Levy free support and there's heavy horse nearby too. The heavy horse are going to pull back. And then, yeah, Blademaster's going to activate his cavalry here and kind of go Attila style to help stop the the Sword Followers. So this is going to be a good move by Blademaster. Here, though, it's going to be a little too late as Sam Knights are going to eat it. Over here, the Campanians should stop the Sword Followers. Let's watch the damage of the Campanians into the Sword Followers. Ooh, painful charge there for the Sword Followers. And they are taking quite a lot of damage here. Quite a lot of damage. Sword Followers here are still going to have a decent engagement, and right here they got a good engagement. Let's see, where's the other Mercenary Companion Cav? Over here, 28 kills off the charge into the Sword Followers. This Italian Cav gets a charge into the Heavy Horse, so that's going to give Blademaster a chance there. Campanian Cav just getting away and kind of saving itself for later. That's a good choice. So a lot of damage dealt to the Sword Followers, which is going to be important for Syracuse because otherwise they're outmatched in infantry. It's like some veteran spears, the Oathsworn General coming up, so there's probably going to be a break here in the center. But there is a Campanian Cav kind of still holding down the center, and then you got skirmishers here too, just cheap slingers. One Sword Follower off the field, which is impressive because those guys come with 65 morale. And here the Heavy Horse gets sandwiched by a Hippeus and a Italian Cav. Let's see what else is going on. So in this place, Heavy Horse going to break through. It's definitely going to get to the slingers here, so those slingers are gone. There is a Hippeus Lancer. The Mercenary Campanians getting the charge into the Oathsworn, doing a little bit of damage. Not too extreme because the Oathsworn, I don't know, they just didn't do a ton of damage because it wasn't a rear charge. But the Campanian Cav still has all of its health, basically. And they're going to come around for another charge. So here comes the Mercenary Campanians again. It's been a long time since we've seen these guys glory charging the swords on Rome 2. And Blademaster's just going to use them kind of cycling in and out, trying to use that bonus versus infantry. And he's getting a few kills slowly on the Oathsworn. But he's losing the center, almost kind of as expected. This Sword Follower is going to finish off that Samnite Warrior pretty quick, which was otherwise doing fairly well when holding. But a lot of cavalry going to come free for Blademaster here, a little bit of infantry that's free here. So Slingers and Campanian Cavalry still alive, still in play for Blademaster. This one's a little bit damaged, not a ton of kills on them yet. This one's just kind of in melee against the Oathsworn here with Levy Freeman on the way. That's going to be kind of a tough engagement. The Campanian's probably going to want to get out of there. Let's see what he does with the other Mercenary Campanian. Well, he's got cavalry into the rear. If he could get these Lancers and stuff over here, he might be able to finish off that fight. The Mercenary Campanians will live for quite a while. Okay, here comes the Lancers. Nasty little rear charge into the Sword Followers, but the Veteran Spear's trying to get after it, but they're taking Slinger fire in the back, so they're going to take a lot of damage. Campanian's just sitting here holding it down. Tons of kills versus the infantry. These guys are actually worthwhile now, because swords are going to actually have to beware of them. The Levy Freeman turning around here, but they only get one jab volley, so they don't have a jab volley any longer. So they're going to get properly sat down by the Italian cavalry because they weren't braced. Now they are going to still be good versus cavalry in a prolonged melee, but they're going to get punished on the charge. This Companion Cav getting slowed down a little bit now, but still an impressive number of kills, and then the Slingers are supporting it by shooting these units in the back. And here comes a very nice looking Hippeus Lancer charge. Gonna wreck into these Sword Followers. Definitely helping to balance Syracuse out here by having trample on the Hippeus. The Aspis Cav, or the Campanian Cav actually being able to get kills is very important, because it's a very important tool for a faction like Syracuse to be able to use against swords. And don't get me wrong, just because Blademaster looks like he's going to take this one home does not mean that you would be beating the Boii every time. The Boii still have some major advantages in the sense that their mid-tier infantry is better, their mid-tier cavalry is better. So it just kind of balances the playing field a little more, and in this case Blademaster looks like he's capitalizing on it. The enemy general is still alive. This Mercenary Campanian Cav is going to die, but it did a lot of damage to the units around it, and the general could still get in here and do some killing. The Slingers still have some ammo. This Mercenary Campanian Cav still alive, both of them getting a decent number of kills. There's a Samnite Warrior and a Thorax Hoplite over here. This Thorax Hoplite's still alive as well, and this Hippeus Lancer is in a grind-out fight with Heavy Horse, where again, this is where the Boii are going to have the advantage in this grind-out fight. The enemy general here gets rear charged by a Hippeus Lancer with trample, so that's going to be a pretty nasty charge. The Oathsworn is definitely going to take a shellacking from that, and they are wavering. So it looks like Blademaster's got this one wrapped up. That's pretty cool. I kind of like the way that the balance plays out, just a little bit different with these units. So you got the Campanian Cav there, and definitely nice to see those guys actually being able to be used. This is pretty neat. I like this mod. There's a lot of stuff that could be here, and it'd make for interesting tournaments too. So really like this idea. Again, go check out the link in the description. If you like it, make sure and leave some comments for the modder here, or if you have suggestions which you think might make it better. Leave those in the comments, or feel free to go to the Steam page and leave some comments on the actual mod there. You can talk to the people who created it. Also, I'm sure Blademaster will probably show this on his channel. Go over there and check it out. Leave some comments there if you want. Definitely neat stuff. This is why it's awesome to have an awesome community. So I appreciate the awesome viewers I have, like Blademaster and this Aronco guy who created the mod. Great. Thank you. That's awesome. Means a lot to know that people are paying attention. They love the game. We all enjoy it together, and sounds like it's a lot of fun. So yeah, if you want, tell me what you think in the comments. Do you want to do a live stream on this where I play some battles with people, just to kind of give it a test? We can do a couple of them if you want, just kind of like short live streams, like 20-30 minute live streams where we just get in a quick battle. Maybe try that a couple nights a week if you all want. Again, let me know. Hope you enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage, signing off for now.